China having seized this U.S. Navy drone out of international waters, pulled it out of the water. They said that the U.S. was not helpful. This was the Chinese government, was not helpful because we disclosed the incident. Make some sense of that for us, Rick.
Well, the Chinese like to have their diplomacy very planned and very quiet and very behind the scenes. They want to have everything done behind the scenes before it's announced. So they would prefer instances where we work out the details and then we have a joint press conference where we announce that it was stolen from the water or picked up and it was returned and that there's a happy picture at the end. They like to have the finished conclusion. So I think President-elect Trump coming immediately out and saying, hey, you know, maybe we shouldn't ask for this back. Maybe they should just keep it. I think it's a surprise move that people are going to like here. I mean, we've had 8 years where the Chinese have played the Obama administration. The Chinese have built huge areas in the South China Sea.
Right.
They've taken over islands. They've created a military landing strip. And yet there's been no consequences from the Obama administration. The Obama team has talked tough, but nothing has been done about it. So the fact that the Obama administration now has put a formal request in with the Chinese to return this drone, and we've made a formal diplomatic plea, that means really nothing. And the Chinese know, and they've been playing that. But when they look and they see what Trump's reaction is, I think they're in for a drastically different relationship with the U.S. when President-elect Trump takes over at the end of January.
Very quickly, it just doesn't seem that there are often consequences for Chinese actions. I remember in 2001, that EP-3 spy plane was downed on a Chinese island because a Chinese jet fighter collided with it. And yet the Chinese went in, interrogated our crew, stole the electronics that they could, and then wouldn't let us fly the drone off the island. We had to take it apart and ship it out because they said it was an embarrassment.
Right, and you combine that instance with the fact that the Chinese have hacked us on multiple occasions, and the Obama administration has said multiple times there will be consequences for these incidences, but there hasn't been. And the Chinese know that. And so what happens when they do something against the United States without a consequence? The next time it gets worse. The next time it gets even more intense. So there's no question that taking this drone out, by the way, they said that they took it out of the water because ships needed to pass safely through the area. This is international water, so they are not responsible for making sure that drones are removed from this area. But look, the consequences issue is a very big deal, and President-elect Trump, I think, is going to make sure there are consequences when we have these incidents in the future.
It sounds like change is in the wind. Rick Grenell. Rick, thank you.